All right, Ryan's hovering over my neck telling me I'm not allowed to record, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, that's cool. So we are finishing up the silage, well, the straw collection, turning it into chaff. As you can see, I'm setting. I like this cab in the Crone. Look, it tilts. You like that? So as you go over the hills, like if the ground's uneven, it actually tilts to the left and to the right. For those of you, I was talking, Dennis Mann was asking questions about my mic. I actually fixed my mic. I was able to figure out I had a screw loose in the connector, and then the cable that I was using was also bad. I forget what I think they're high Z cables or low Z cables or what they're called. And I think the Z is so low Z means that they don't make much noise. There's not much hum. It's a 3-prong cable that microphones use. That connector was bad on the cable. And then I also fixed my shock mount. So I have a completely repaired microphone. Everything is working fine, and I can bump it all I want, and it doesn't crackle, pop, or snap. So life is good. And so we are, for me in real life, it's a couple days later. I had a wedding tonight, but I'm just out. Did a World of Tanks video. You guys will be seeing that. It's the review of the Tier 3 T127. If you're interested in World of Tanks and you are new, that is a great early on premium tank to buy because it makes you extra money and it's fun to play. It's a pretty good little tank, and it has special matchmaking. It won't be around forever. They're going to get rid of all the tanks that have special matchmaking, so now is a good time to get it. Anyway, I did a little review on that, and now I am doing this, so I figured I'd spend a little time playing my Bjornholm map. And loving this Crone. This is a great little forage harvester. I've been using it on another map that I'm playing on also to make silage for, yes, biogas. I'm not coming back up here. We're just going to finish this off. I know I'm not getting anything extra here, so I'm at 100%. One of the funky things with the forage harvesters is they don't stop at 100%. They just keep going. So you can be driving along, not paying attention, and totally waste all of the product that you're getting off the field if you don't realize that you're full. And in this case, I am full. So I'm going to bring this down. We're going to shut this guy off. And we're going to drop the trailer. Whoops, wrong one. And I'm going to go take the Big X and put it away. And we will drop that chaff off down at the cow farm. And then I think for the rest of the afternoon, it's too late in the afternoon to plant. We're going to plant tomorrow morning. So the fields are going to have to be... Well, I have the Vader stat, so I don't need to cultivate them. So I may set one of the tractors up to fertilize, and then while that's happening, I will head down and we will do some more lumber. I won't necessarily show you that, but I am going to... Sorry, I'm yawning. I was tired. I have a lot of people telling me to put the logs on the train, and that I might be able to back the trailer right up next to the train and they will fall onto the train, and that it gives you more money when you do that. Now, there's no real way for me to quantify that because every single log has a different value. So you can say that it gives you more money, but unless it's like double, you may not see that difference. So I'm interested to see how it works. But we will find out and test it right here, right now. Okay, so for those of you guys who, I don't know if any of you guys watched Tobuscus. I did for a while. Toby is a famous YouTuber, and he's also on Cartoon Network, and this is going to be a really long story for a really short joke, but anyway, he's pretty obnoxious. I like his stuff, though. It's usually pretty well done, like well produced. And funny, but you have to kind of like that, like, loudmouth. Well, he's not. He acts like a teenager, but he's like 50. I think he's probably in his 30s now. Anyway, he did a parody video. I think it was 2 years ago, and it was for Christmas, and it's called. It's the Creed song. I can't think of Arms Wide Open, I think it's called. He's like, I walk these fields in front of me. Well, anyway, the song, in the song, it's about him coming downstairs on Christmas morning and all his presents are open, and he doesn't actually swear, but he makes like the beep noise. But he's like, I came downstairs, what did I see? All my presents under the tree. And it's funny because he just does like that total, like the way the guy sounds is like really weird accent. And he comes down, he finds all his presents open. And he's like, my presents were all open. I told my mom to wrap them up. My presents. Anyway, my wife and I went to a wedding tonight, and the mom and son danced to that song, the real song by Creed, and we both looked at each other, and my wife's like, great. Forever now, when I hear this song, that's the only thing I'm going to think of is Tobuscus singing about his presents being ripped open. Sorry, that was a really long lead up to a very decrescendo joke. Anyway. That was the second to last wedding of the year. Right? No. I'm sorry. I still have 2 more weddings. So it's the third to last wedding. Wish it was the last wedding. I'm glad to have the money. I will say that. And I'm glad to have the work. Work is always good, but I'm really behind on my editing. Though I'm starting to get caught up. I finally got I'm done with June. And I'm done with July, and I'm moving into August editing. So I'm back to only being 2 months behind. I was 2.5 months behind, and that was killing me, like mentally. I was very stressed out. You can ask my wife. I was stressed. And so now I'm still going to be super busy, but at least I am not dealing with people that are waiting for their wedding for 10 weeks. That's just not a good situation. So I am ready to get that done. I've got another wedding that I'll be finishing up tomorrow, and then moving right along. So anyway, that's going to be, it's good and bad. My wife and I are talking about, geez, like what the heck are we going to do? Because, when the weddings end, obviously we're probably, I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be an interesting winter. We actually paid our taxes, and what else did we do? I was able to buy a lot of my bride books, so that's good. And I feel like, we still have a little bit of money left over, and we still have like several $1,000s billed out, so we should be good hopefully through November. And, we still have some work coming too, so I should be good honestly through hopefully December. But then, once we hit the new year, it's going to be all over again. But at least this year we are not coming from it completely. Last year at this time, I had no money. We had $50,000 in debt, and we were like on the verge of collapse. We were already like months behind our mortgage. It was just a disaster. This year, we're still not in a great position, but we're in a better position. So I am feeling like, maybe we will get to keep the house after all, and I won't have to move. But we'll see. I'm open for wherever I'm supposed to be is where I'll end up. So I'm okay with that. It's sometimes it's a little bit of an emotional bumpy ride. Like, okay, what is going on, God? But it's okay. And that is life. I think sometimes you just have to let those things go and let them work themselves out, and you can't, there's not a darn thing you can do about them. You can keep trying, and I've tried to be a success as far as my company goes. I think this year we were much more successful than we've ever been. We've got mostly happy customers. There are 1 or 2, I think, that weren't totally happy with our product, and they won't use us again. But in general, we have a lot of customers that really like what we do, and they're very happy with us, and that's what I'm going for, and that's the best I can do, and so it's going to be interesting. But the winters always get hard. I am looking so much forward to being done with these weddings. And I'm telling you what, man, regardless of whatever our financial situation is, I am... Oh, and what we just did there, just so you know, when you do silage, of course now it's gone, but you can see where it says fermenting up in the upper left. Underneath there, it'll say compaction or compacting, and it'll show you a percentage. You have to keep running back and forth on it till it says 100%. Once that happens, you get the option to cover your silage. I think you have to have at least 10% full. We were at 24% full on this bunker. So once that's full, this is going to turn into silage overnight. When in the morning when I come back tomorrow, this white cover will be gone, and we will have silage, and we can feed that to our cows. So at that point, we can start hopefully taking some of the money I earned this afternoon by logging, and we'll start feeding that silage to the cows. If I earn enough money, we can even get some baling equipment and actually do all three of the things. You need silage, you need hay, and you need straw. The cows will be okay just eating silage, but we will not get our full productivity out of them. So, yeah. So anyway, that is, I think, good enough for now. The episode's definitely not over. We still have a lot of day 2 left, but I'm going to start doing some logging now and finish up fertilizing those fields, and then tomorrow morning we'll do some planting. So that is where we are going with this. So I will see you guys in a couple, well, for you it'll be instantaneous. Are you ready? Prepare to be in a new scene in 3, 2, and 1. I forgot to press record. Something I don't do very often. I was able to load the logs onto the train. I don't know that I'm making any more. Let's see if we can take 2 that are about the same size. So we'll take this guy here. See, they're all different sizes. That's the hard thing. You're not going to know exactly what you're getting, but these 2 are very similar, I guess. This one and that one that's next to it. So we'll bring this one over here and drop it into the box. Sorry, my microphone's a little further away. That was $1,800, okay? So if this one is of similar value, because it's smaller, if the train pays us more, theoretically, this log should be worth about the same, because it's a little bit thinner. So, but it should still be worth $18,000, right? Because if the train, because people are saying like, oh, the train gives you a lot more money for the logs than the. Oh my gosh, this is not my night. No night is my night. Oh crap! I don't want both of them because we're not going to get an accurate read then. If the train gives so much more, then this should be worth more than the one that we just dumped in, or at least the same amount, right? It was. Okay, so I'm sold, guys. You get more money for putting stuff on the train. So we are going to dump these. Looks like maybe like a 30% increase in what you make. So always jump the stuff onto the log cars. You don't really have to even get them on there. You just have to touch the car. Now, the downside is with the trailer that I'm currently using, that's easier said than done. Seems like you have to have some kind of loader down here to unload them faster. Well, it worked a little bit, but then some of the logs got stuck. Some of them popped out and went on the ground. So you gotta. This takes a little bit longer, but if it's worth a lot more money, then it's worth doing. So, ching, yeah, $3,200. Look at that, beautiful. So we've loaded everything but one log onto the train. Let's see what this thing. I'm just gonna. Let's go ahead and move this train off. Now, crap, this thing's going to be a pain. I brought the little stumpy logs down from my... Is it really this hard to push a log around? In real life, I'd just get out and do it by hand. This is like... I'll try to shove this thing into the drop zone. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the train and see what we get. Do 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 do. Toot toot. So, there we go. 22,000. Yeah. And they doubled that. So you actually made more putting them on the train and more on the other end. Holy crap. Think of all the money I lost in the last episodes. Dang it. That's way more valuable than putting them on the... So if you put them here, this gives you... When you pull that lever, you get double what's here. If you put them on the train cars, you get double what's on the train car. Wow. So you get literally like a 50% bonus or more on your... I mean, you guys saw the other car loads that I was doing, and those were all what? Like 18,000, 13,000. So this is way better to do it this way because I just made $44,000 on a load that I normally would make 30. So it was like almost like a 60% increase. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to keep logging, and we're going to make some money before the sun goes down.